Hello there. I hope this works. Uh, Looks like it's kind of working. Um, yeah, I think I need to do an update to my to-do list. Could you let me know if the audio is working all right? That would be really helpful. Thanks very much. Mm, mm. Hopefully it's working. Audio working. Yay! Hurrah! Okay, thank you. Right, so hopefully if I press this magic button, yay! It works. Hello, everyone. Sunday afternoon. I did some streaming yesterday. I'll just do a wrap up. Yesterday, did some streaming and with some help from experts, got the Owncast chat working. So if you're watching on Owncast, you should right now be able to see this on. Um, well, actually, I can show you. If you go to popey dot mm, popey.com/live, let me just show you my screen. Bob, popey.com/live. If you go there, there's the three videos, and underneath is the three chats. Yay! And that works. Looks like it works ish, kind of roughly. But if you go to popey.com/chat, you see the chat instead of the. Yeah. So, yeah, quite pleased with that. We'll. I'm having to. There's another thing I need to put on my to-do list. I've just thought. I've got one of these. Oh god, it's wedged. I can't show you. I've got a Stream Deck, one of those little 6-button things, um, with programmable buttons. I want to get that working because at the moment I'm leaning across to another computer to switch. I know it's a real like first world problem, but to switch between scenes, I'd really like to have just a little button that I can just go donk like a pro streamer. I mean, I've got the thing, I just haven't like configured it, so it's just kind of sat there not doing anything at the moment. I think it's plugged in, but it's just not. Well, yeah, it's plugged in because I can see it's illuminated. But yeah, well, it's something wedged. The cable. The cable's kind of stretched around the whole desk. Uh, Somehow the cable, yes, the cable is stretched across, so that's not ideal. I could just unplug it and move it, and then yeah, I don't need it plugged in. Yeah, there we go. So I can move it. One of these things, the Stream Deck thing. Focus, focus. Um, Not that it's autofocus. Anyway, I've got one of these, and I want to do that to be able to switch channels. But the question is, whereabouts on my desk does it go? Because my desk is a bit of a mess. Um, but yeah, I would like to plug that in and set that up. But that's not very interesting for streaming stuff. I mean, it's not very interesting for you to see me configure that. It's just that the outcome is good once it is set up because it makes it less likely that I have to like lunge over here and do stuff that like I just did. Um, so yeah, that's going to go on the to-do list. So I don't forget. Let's set up the Stream Deck. So exactly like this. The Stream Deck. Is it Stream Deck? Yeah, Stream Deck. Switch scenes. That's it. Uh, Not an expert, found an expert. Right, this is working. Right, time to do some stuff. So yesterday I bumped Halloy and it was taking a while to build. Um, as I recall, Halloy, there it is. I'm pretty sure if we refresh this, yeah. So the stable channel for AMD 64 works. If we log into the store, I should be able to update the others on the assumption that they've finished building. So if I go to releases, no, they have not built. Why did they not build? That's not good. failed to build. Why did they fail to build? Build duration 8 minutes, and then they failed, but a successful build ran for 21 minutes and worked. Something has changed. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Download Snapcraft. Received unexpected HTTP response when trying to download Snapcraft. What? Right. So in my mind, that is a back-end problem. That's not my fault. That is Snapcraft being broken. The build system at the back end. Well, not Snapcraft, Launchpad being broken. Fun. Right. Why will you not go back? Hello? What's going on? Oh, because I'm not going back anywhere. I'm going to close this. Right, I reckon if I just trigger a new build, how busy are the Launchpad builders is the question. So something went, so I can build an AMD 64, ARM 64, and was it ARM HF? Yeah. So hopefully they will all start building soon because there's nothing in the queue. Yeah, it's all, which is suspicious. whenever there's nothing in the queue and nothing building, other than one thing, microcates, that says to me that this is broken because there's always someone doing something. Although it is Sunday morning, so maybe not. Queue is now empty. That's suspicious. Let's refresh this. So it's waiting to be allocated to a builder. And if we refresh, come on. Cleaning for 9 hours, cleaning for 17 hours. That does not look good. Something has got wedged here, I think. Oh, it says it's in progress. One job. Is it me? It is me. Good. There's one job in progress. I could probably make this bigger. That's better. Bonk. So, my Halloy build is building. It reckons it'll be complete in that amount of time. Okay, that's fine. How long did it take last time? When it works, 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so we'll leave that chugging away. Start the clock. Hello on YouTube. Welcome. I'm just noodling around really. So yeah, hello and welcome, and hello and welcome to anyone on Twitch. So that's that one done. What else? It's quite nice having all three chats actually working. I really like that. Look at that. How cool is that? This one's not working because I need to refresh this page. Yeah, there we go. Now it works. That's so cool. I really like that. Nice. So is this up to date? 12:45. Yes, that's what time it is. I've hidden the clock on my laptop. I should probably. I think it's an extension I use to hide the clock because when I was recording the screen for videos and you cut a video together, I didn't like the fact that the clock jumps around all over the place. So I just hid the clock. And it's really annoying now because I can't see the clock. I think I used a GNOME extension to do it. Remove clock. There we go. Bonk. There we go. It's back again. That's a minor thing that's been annoying me for a little bit. Did we end up? No, Notepad Next I decided to look at in slow time because it's a bigger thing. Oh no, it's a new version of Libation. Libation. They've done a few releases recently. 117.3 and now 117.4 and 5 over the course of just a couple of days. Now, this one, I don't think I've got automation. So this would be a good candidate for a bit of work right now. Yeah, last update was 4 days ago. So let's check this. I think. Okay, so I do have some automation that just bumps, but it does it directly. I'd rather do it via a pull request. It's kind of nicer. So what I might do is, well, trigger the build first because that didn't That should have triggered a build. It's weird seeing like people join the chat, leave the chat, join the chat, leave the chat. You can change your name, I think. I don't know how Uncast chat works. This is the first time I've seen it working on my system here. 103. Yeah, that is right. Come on, libation. That pop up was weird. What was that about? Hmm. So, is the Uncast stream working? That's the other question. The more important question is, you know, Uncast. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Uncast / admin. There we go. It's up. Payback health 100%. Okay. Okay. That's, I mean, yep. So I've got 2 outbound streams. I don't know which one you people are connected to. These joins and leaves. Well, some of them will be triggered by the chat thing. Yeah, you're right. Some of them will be me like reloading the page. So yeah, that's true. Yeah, so look at that. Streams coming in at 30 FPS and going out at either 30 or 24. I created 2 outbound streams, I think. I was told when I read the docs, it said something about you should create multiple so that if people are on a low speed connection, they're not having to suffer with your super high speed, you know, high bandwidth connection stream. I might look at that another day. Like add a low one, like one that's like more heavily compressed, but every additional stream I add, that's putting more load on my own cast box. I don't know how much strain it's currently having. Am I logged into it somewhere? That one is it, isn't it? Um, yeah, I mean it's busy, but not like super busy. It looks fine to me. It's just a copy of FFmpeg running, which is exactly what you'd expect to see. But yeah, that's the own cast box. I say box, it's a VM. Load average, not very high. It's fine. Cool. Yeah. So, what do I want to do now? Yeah, I triggered a build for libation. So I should probably put that in my notes so I don't forget. Man, I keep pressing the wrong button on this keyboard. So I need to check libation. What was it? 112 1 version was it? 12.7.5. 12.7.5. 7.5 finishes. Sweet. I do want to make sure my Poppy Spades thing works. The problem is, this laptop is not very good at running Open Spades, but I do want to check that. I'll get back to that one. So I'll do this first. Right. So libation is running. Update is running. Telegram Asahi 634. I thought I did that. I already did that yesterday. I thought. Um, Let's have a look. Releases 64. Yes, I did. I tested that on my other laptop, so that's already done. Boop boop boop. Right. Did that work? What happened there? Why did that not promote to stable? Review changes. Save. Something weird is going on. There we go. It worked that time. Weird. Okay, so Telegram's done. Tessel, I need to talk to people at work about. And Spectrum Analyzer needs more work because I couldn't find the YAML. Right. I think that's all my snaps done for now because the others are too big for me to do. So the snap that I used to use to test Popey Spades was called Open Spades. I have a horrible feeling Open Spades is broken. Look, it's not been touched for a very long time. I think this might be not functioning. Coffee. And this is in Snapcrafters. Oh, yeah, it's published on the Snapcrafters, but it's the upstream package. So I reckon if I just run this. Oh my, it launches at least. Is that using a software rent? Oh no, OpenGL. Right, so let's just run it in that resolution. No. Failed to open AL device. That's audio, isn't it? Oh man. Why is my phone going mad? A serious error caused OpenSpace. It's not working. I haven't played with this for a long time. Can I access file? Yes, Alta. Oh man. I hate having to fix Alta inside snaps. And this snap hasn't been touched for how many years? Did we say? 6 years? Oh, man. It's published upstream as well. As in this repo that contains the source code. And I don't think this has been. Oh, this has been updated. Oh no. Yeah. Let me have a look at that snap. Snapcraft YAML. I could clone this and see if I can build it locally. And if I can and fix it, I could do a pull request against this Open Spades. Look, 8 years ago. Oh my God, 8 years ago. Good God. Is that how long I've been maintaining snaps? That's horrific, that is. Yeah, this is well outdated and needs updating. Oh my God. Right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I need to fork this so I can update it. Fork it into my. Oh, there's fork already there. What a surprise. Okay. github.com/popey/open spades. I suspect this is out of date. Also, let's add it to the to-do list. See how it's running. Let's fix. Before we can do that, let's fix Open Spades Snap. There are other clients to this. I don't have to use Open Spades, but it feels bad. Can I just sync the fork? Wow. My branch is up to date. Okay. Let's do it. Let's try and fix this. So what I should do is update this to a more modern set of Snapcraft configuration, I guess. Let's use VS Code. Why not? I'm in the wrong directory. I need to open space and do it from there. Right. So, what does the snap look like? Right, let's bump it first of all to core 24, I think. Oh, it doesn't have joystick plug either. Oh, that's a quick and easy joystick. Go away, Copilot. I don't need you today. Right, so we've got a script in there, a launcher. Do I really need that? What does launch do? Oh my gosh. I think a lot of this is unnecessary, but it does do some copying stuff around. Okay. Oh, to turn off check for updates. Okay, so that's fine. I think most of this is not necessary, but I might be wrong because a lot of this is done in one of the extensions. If I were to add like to apps, if I added an extension, I think it's just called GNOME. Um, then that makes some of this stuff that's in there unnecessary. I'm making launch. I have a feeling most of this isn't necessary. Like, I don't think I need that. Like, let's, I don't know why we ever did that. Like, unsupported architecture. It's just not necessary because you build it and it only installs on a particular architecture anyway. Uh, User lib arch, yeah, that's not necessary. I'm pretty certain. Let's get rid of that. Well, I tell you what, let's comment them out. The ones that I think probably aren't needed. XKB, I don't think any of this is necessary. User share, font config, no. Desktop session, no. Yeah, I am some level of confident that none of that is required. But that's just like nuke it. This probably is still required just so that it doesn't like nag the user, but let's just right. So what else is going to fail? We're going to use CMake. Some of these are going to fail because libfree type 6. Is that what it's called now? Is it libfree type? Search libfree type. It'll be like 7. Oh, it's 6. Libfree type dev. It's not 6 dev, it's just dev. So that's different. I wonder if any of these others. libcurl 4 SSL dev. Is that a package? It is. Still a valid thing. I am on 2404. Okay, good. So if I put core 24, what else? I could set platforms so it only builds on our AMD 64. That's probably a good thing. Platform. Platform? Platforms? Is it platform? I think it's platforms. I think it's just uh, that's not the syntax, is it, for core 24? I can't remember what it is. Quick and easy way is grep platform in. Have I got any others on here that have done this? Yes. Ah, libation. That's good. There's a good one. So more libation snap. What do I do here? Where's platforms? ARM64, MD64. So that's all I got to do. Okay. What did I say that was? Platforms. MD64. That's it. Oh no. Syntax is wrong. Oh my god. I'm going to not press that page up button. Right. Network bind. It's not. Audio playback is what I need. This is why the pulse audio, the alpha stuff doesn't work. It's audio playback, I think. Playing image magic. Wget zip. They all look reasonable. Not sure these will be needed because OpenGL that will come with GNOME, won't it? Isn't there? There's a command you can run to expand the extension. Is it expand? Craft expand extensions or is it explain extensions? Oh, okay. So there's a syntax error. You're not allowed that. Um, uh, how do we do that then? How do we do config flags? Snapcraft docs plugin. No, it's not a plugin, is it? It's a. Is it a plugin? Yeah, it's a plugin. CMake plugin. CMake plugin. Here we go. How do we specify parameters? CMake parameters is what we do. That's how you do it. So this would be CMake parameters. How would you do that? Examples. Huh. Wow. Wonder where they got that from. Who wrote this? um, plugin CMake parameters. Okay, so let's just change the syntax. It's the same as the docs. Oh fudge! Why do I keep pressing that button? Again, I'm caught every day by the fact that I use two different keyboards on this. Right, is that it? Do you make? Yep. Yep. Source dot. Right, let's see. Oh, I'm not in a branch, am I? I should have created a branch. Oh well. I can fix that afterwards. Is it expand extensions? Let's while we're in the docs. Uh, is it extensions? List extensions. 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 I thought there was a command to expand extensions. Oh, there is expand extensions. Is there? So I was right. Expand extensions. There may be some noise momentarily. Right. So what this is doing, excellent, is telling me everything that adding the GNOME extension will do to my Snap. And so I can see there a lot of plugs added. GPU 2404 wrapper, desktop launch, plugs, desktop. Ah, yeah, whole load of bindings for GPU stuff. Yeah, this all looks good. But, oh, OpenAL. Ah, oh, did I put that in there? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, let's just run it and see what it does. So let's Snapcraft use LexD. So this should spin up a LexD container running 2404 and then build open spades inside. Why am I doing this? Because I want open spades Snap to work. I wonder if the others have finished yet. What was the one I was doing? It was a libation and there was another one. Hawaii. 20 more minutes. Okay, so that's going and the others are still running. Well, that's not confidence building, is it? At least today we got 0 dropped frames. Sorry if you hear a funny noise. There's a couple of funny noises. One, other members of the family, but the other one is I've got a little fidget spinner that I sit and spin while I'm waiting for things to build. And yeah, so if you hear this noise, no, you probably can't hear that because it's me. Um, okay, so there's Halloy. Uh, okay, so the ARM64 boiler is building, and is there another one? The ARM HF one is building. So one was successful, the other two currently building. Well, these are the two that we actually want. So we'll leave those. What about libation? Ah, AMD64 finished. Good. So we could go back to the Launchpad Builders and look for libation. There it is, ARM64. Ooh. Um, Cool. Currently building. Good, 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 good. Right, we'll just leave those going. Boom, 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 boom. I'll come back to. I did need to put a thing on the to-do list. I think update. No. Libation automation to do pull requests on updates. Right, so golly, this is getting further than I expected it to. So this is building open spades. So we got open spades building, libation building in the cloud. I mean, I could have built this in the cloud and not on this local machine because this is gonna, you know, this is gonna hurt my little laptop. This laptop is not modern by any stretch. This is a ThinkPad T450. As you can see, it's a bit crusty. i7 5600. How old is that then? 10 years? Is this laptop 10 years old? Good Lord. Seriously. Um, yeah, now it's starting to struggle because I'll tell you what's going to really struggle when it starts building open spades. The T series. Oh, the Archwiki. Has that got any dates on it? No. I don't want that. I want that. Oh, what a classy laptop this T450 is. I actually should switch to using the other one, the what is this? This is L14, which is still like it looks the same. Like you put these next to each other, these two laptops, they look identical, despite there being like 6 years difference between them. But this one is a lot faster. And it's got 32. Have they both got 32 gigs? Well, how much did I put in this one? Yeah, this one's got 32 as well. So they both got 32 gigs of RAM, but this one is a lot faster. Were you using a Mac yesterday? No. Well, yes and no. Uh, yes, the Mac that's behind me there. You can't see it because it's closed, but it's on there under the TV. Um, yeah, I was using an M1 Mac. Um, that was for building Telegram Asahi, but I was doing most of it on this ThinkPad. Right. So this is going to struggle a bit, I think. Oh, we've got a failure. Package not found in OpenSpace. libglue. Do I need libglue? Probably. Libglue. It's probably been updated. It's not 1.13. What? What version is in there? Glue. 1.13. That's not installed. That's not a package that's in the repo, is it? Is this? Has libglue been replaced? There's a libglue 2. Is that going to work? We can give it a go. Well, I don't know if the interface has changed or something. I guess we could use libglue 2.2. Let's see. Hope it's backward compatible. Fingers crossed, everyone. Uh, libglue dev. Yeah, we've got libglue dev, which is fine. But then we've also got a stage package. So the build packages up here are the ones that get installed at build time. And then these are the ones that get put inside the snap, like at the very end of the build. And they both, that one contains like the headers, and this one contains the actual library itself. libgl1, yeah, I think that's changed name as well. I don't think I need that because I think that gets pulled in. I think I can just remove that one. libgl1 mesa glx. This thing here, I'm just going to comment that one out because I am semi-confident that when we did our explain up here, I have a feeling this gets pulled in by something else. I have a feeling that the GNOME SDK thing, this thing, pulls it in, or pulls in the necessary, whatever the new version of that library is. So I'm going to just YOLO comment that out, and probably that one as well, but let's just see if it complains. We shall see. Stage packages. Okay. How far did it get last time? It got to stage packages not found. I just got past it. I mean, if I comment something out of stage packages, that's not actually going to trigger an error at this point. It's going to trigger an error later when you come to run it. Right. So it's doing stuff. So probably we'll start seeing the CPU get a bit busy, which is good. 95 degrees, my CPUs. Poor things. Wonder what the comparison between the CPU in this and the CPU in that L14 is. Like more cores, I'd imagine. I don't know what the L14 CPU is. I think it's only like an i5 or something. Or is it an AMD? I can't remember if it's AMD. I think the L14 I've got is Intel. Right, so that's chugging away. I don't really need to sit and watch that. I'll just wait for the fan to go quiet and then I know it's either finished or crashed. Let's go back and check in on our friends. Let me just check. T51, T450. Is there a date on that? 2015, yeah. So this laptop is 10 years old. Holy cow. You can set a target temp. Give you less power with a lower target. Huh. Rise and adjust. Wow. I don't know. Does that support Intel CPUs or is that a Ryzen like AMD only? That's an interesting comment. I had never heard of that tool. Ryzen adjust. I mean, I could try installing it and see what it does. Is it installable? Search Ryzen adjust, or is it a third-party thing that you need to go and get? Let's go and have a look for this thing. Ryzen adjust. Hey, this is pretty cool. Martin will like this. Just power management settings for Ryzen APUs. Oh, it's had a release this year, so it's not old. Ah, okay. Windows and Unix, you should write with administrator. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's really cool. Today I learned. I've never heard of this. Maximum SoC clock frequency. Wow, you can really control this. Nice. How long are you coding for? I mean, is this really coding? I'm just monkeying around with YAML files, really. The question from Byte Zorvin, great name. I'm. How long are you coding for? I don't understand the question. Do you mean how long will I be doing it for today, or as in years? Yeah, I don't really consider myself much of a developer. I'm not really a developer. I've worked. I've been a community contributor to Ubuntu since 2005, 2006, but I wasn't really a software developer. And I say I'm not a software developer, right? But I've got a GitHub and I've got some software that I maintain in there. So yeah, probably I've written some games and stuff over the years. A lot of it's been lost. Like I wrote some games back in late 90s. And yeah, I sadly I wasn't very good at keeping backups back then. Sadly, um, there you go. But yeah, I've been a lot busier this year on GitHub, according to some of the little blobs, which is quite cool. I should probably change that avatar. But thanks for the rise and adjusted tip. I've not seen that before. Right, let's see if any of our things have finished. No, RMHF is still in progress. So that one took half an hour, and this one took, well, longer than half an hour. Let's just refresh and see if it's worked. I need another coffee. Libation. Oh, it's finished. That was quick. Wow, built 5 minutes ago. Build duration. Okay, so let's test libation. Um, so snap info libation. It's finished. So if I do snap refresh libation. So for those who don't know, libation. It's very kind of you to say you're enough of a software dev than most. Yeah, I appreciate that. Libation is a tool that can download audiobooks and remove DRM from them from Audible. It's quite a handy thing to have. Um, and so, if I run libation, so there's a comment on Owncast where someone's saying, "I'm seeing you maintaining many snaps here, but only AMD64, ARMHF, and ARM64. You should also build for RISC-V." Um, I can't test. I have no way of right. So there's a few problems with that, right? Right. First of all, I'll get back to you. Hello, Till. Oh, hello, Till. Yeah, you can log in, Till. I don't know how. There's a button somewhere on the screen to log in. Yes, I probably should also uh, build for Risk, but I don't have a Risk machine to test it with, so I can't tell if it works or not. I could probably do it in a QEMU, but that would take so long, so slow. Plus, some of the things I depend upon aren't built for Risk-V. So desktop apps, um, some of the packages are missing. Some of the like extensions are missing, packages are missing. They just don't get built, and so I can't. I'm not going to build everything from source just because and on Risk-V. Plus, when you look at the Risk-V builders on Launchpad, I would be yes quietly confident these are so slow and there's so few of them compared to all the others that all my stuff would get stuck in a queue behind like everything else. I mean, it's Sunday, so it's not a very busy day, but usually that one is just like busy all the time because it's like slower. And plus, there's like, I don't know what market there is for it, how many, I don't think you can't see how many people have each snap installed by core if it's not your snap. Like, so this one is built for Risk 5, this snap, but I don't know how many people use it. In fact, look at that. It's not even kept up to date. The core snap is not even kept up to date. So if the core snap's not kept up to date, why should I build? Like I depend upon this in my snaps. So yeah, the stable channel on AMD64 last update was 25th of October this year. The latest update for Risk 5 was a year ago. So yeah, I'm not. If I you can't see, but it says Risk 5 in that box. Sorry, I should hide my camera or something. But these are the release dates. That says 2024. You can't turn my camera. Okay. Bob. There you go. Right. So the Core 24 snap that loads of stuff depends on. AMD 64 is updated 25th of October 2025. Risk 5, 17th of October 2024. Now, that says to me that someone is building it and testing it and like not testing it enough. I suspect there are not many Risk 5 packages. In fact, I can tell you how many published snaps there are for Risk 5 in the store. After we do, right, let me put that on the to-do list because I've got a rather cool little hack to see exactly how many snaps there are in the store for each architecture. Uh, let me make a note. Snap count. That'll remind me. Right, so we were doing a couple of snaps. Right, stop distracting me. The fan has gone quiet as well, so I suspect my open spades has either crashed or finished building. Right, Haloya's finished building for those other architectures. I already tested this yesterday, so I'm just going to release that because now it's got 2025-12 in all three, which replaces the 2025-11 release. So I'm just going to promote those to stable, review, and bang. Good. That's that job done. Good. So I've done that. That one's done. Now, libation. Next is libation. That's finished. I have libation open. So this, what is this? This is a tool to download your audiobooks. And if I just press this button here, it will go bonk and queue that up and then download it. And I've already downloaded it. So yeah, I could probably just delete that and then do it again just to make it do it. Oh, how does it, or what? Oh, it must have cached it or something. Oh, well, it works. These are all my audiobooks in Audible. Can I make it do it again? Set status to not downloaded. Bonk. There we go. If I press this button, there you go. That's tested that. So yeah, this is libation. This works. This is the latest version. I'm going to release it. So we go to releases. I'll turn my camera back on. There you go, so you can see my pretty face. I'll release that stable, and that's another one done. Right, let's go back to my to-do list and say yes, that's done. Let me just check the open spade snap. So that's downloading and see what that's doing. Ooh. Launch open spades does not exist. So something has changed. I know what's changed. You have to specify the explicit path. This is good. It builds. So that's a good thing. So what's going wrong is launch open spades is in the scripts directory, and I'm using dump here, the dump plugin, to dump the contents of snap scripts into the bin directory. And launch open spades is going to go in there. However, the command, it just says launch open spades. You have to put bin in front of it like that. I suspect that will fix this. So let's just rebuild it. And in theory, it won't recompile everything. It should just pack the snap. Yay, Till. Risk 5 for cups, Risk 5 takes 3 hours or so, but the other take a few minutes or 30 minutes. Good lord. 3 hours to build cups. I have to tell, you need to invest in people making the Risk 5 Snap ecosystem. Yes, yes, I agree. So while that's building, oh, it's finished. Woohoo! So in theory, this might work, or it might not. Who knows? And if it works, then two things. One, we should test it. And secondly, I should do a pull request against the upstream open spades project and then get them to trigger a build if they can remember. Hello, Yash. I am working on maintaining some open source tools that I maintain. Thank you for asking. Boy is studying now says, "Can you teach me Linux?" I'm not sure I could teach anyone Linux. Uh, Yay! It finished building. And so, if I do a snap review, can I do snap review? Open Space Master to make sure that that snap is fine. I don't know that you can really. There's so many resources online to learn Linux. There really is. There's like people with YouTube channels, and there's like documentation everywhere. And the other thing is, you could just spin it up on a spare laptop or in a VM, and just play with it. It's great fun. Not a core Linux repo, no. I'm just working on some little applications. Open source really taught you a lot, did it? Yeah, yeah. Ah, pen testing, the old Kali Linux. Yes, I am aware. Yeah, it passed. So let's try and install this. Snap install, open spades, dangerous. So that'll install the snap. If this works, I will be amazed. I would not be surprised if there's some library missing or the GPU stuff doesn't work or audio doesn't work. That would not surprise me at all. Right. Oh, well, it's the icon there. Yes, it is. Look at that. The open space icon. But I'm going to run it in a terminal so I can see what it does. Open spades. Yeah, that failed. Oh, man. I wonder. libpx backend. I wonder if this is a LD library path thing because I removed all those in. I could like put them all back in again. You may remember a few moments ago, we went in here and I went, yeah, probably don't need all of those. I suspect somewhere inside the snap, um, failed to load module. Why is it trying to load from there? Hang on. Let's just remove all open spades content from previous packages. But this libpx backend, um, is it current? Being like user lib or something. User lib, and then lib p. Is it in there? Nope. Is it in user local lib? User local share? No. Oh man. libpx backend. It's not in there. But I wonder if that is somewhere in the GNOME thing. Um, I'm being asked on YouTube, what do you do for a living? I do developer relations for a company called Tessel. Tessel.io. This little fidget spinner has branding all over it. Tessel. Which is, yeah. We do. I work in London on software that Tesla makes. Hello, Esme. How you doing? Um, so that's done. That's done. Right. The lib proxy thing is part of the GNOME back end, as I thought. Although, look at that. Interesting. Libation has it in as well. Uh, Anything else? Hmm. How come Libation has it? But the fact that it is definitely in GNOME 46 2404, and yet I'm using an extension and it can't find it. Let's try running it again now that I've deleted the cache folder. No, still fail. Cannot open shared object. Failed to load module. GIO modules. Why would that happen? Let's look at the libation snap for a moment, because that's got it in. Why does, well, can't open shit, no such, it's not that that's not loading, is it? I'm reading that wrong. It's that that's not loading. CP cannot stat that, no such file or directory. What? Have I broken my launcher script? Let's just go back to that launcher script that I ruined. If that doesn't exist, make that directory, copy from the snap, share games, space resources into there. So does that exist? Cannot stat. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Snap, open space, X1. That's the current version. There isn't a share. It's, I bet they're in, I bet they've moved user share. User share. Oh, they haven't. Games, open space, resources. Wait a minute. What's the file that it's trying to copy? Hang on. What's inside this snap? Let's go all the way to the top. Boop, 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 boop. Right. User lib. Where's the actual open spades binary? Hello, hello. Just returned from cheese heist at the supermarket. That's what I get. Everything to watch. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to figure out what I've broken here. Where is the actual open spades? Where is it? There is it. Open space resources. Game. There it is. There's some of it. Resources. Right. Local games. What were the files that we were copying though? Resources in spconfig.cfg. spconfig. Is there an spconfig being built somewhere? I think that's the config file that says, whether we do auto updates and all that. Maybe I don't need that anymore. Really? Hang on. Crap. What was it called? spconfig. spc. There is no file of that name. And so that whole launcher script is kind of redundant, because this, I don't know where that is. Also, I reckon this is snap games open space. That path is wrong, because it's not where the binary is. It's in local. So what did I say? snap open space current. It's user local, isn't it? It's in user local games open space. Yeah, that's the binary. That one there. Which, yeah, if I try to run it at that path, it will probably fail. Yes, expected. That's fine. But that is the binary. And so if that's the binary, then this, I think this whole thing is unnecessary. If this config file doesn't exist, there's no point me trying to copy it. And so really, this should not even bother doing this at all. Like that. And in fact, we should just do user local. Oops. Oh man, I keep pressing page up by accident. We should just do that. User local games open space. But then that still doesn't explain. Well, does it explain? Doesn't explain why the original error came up, which was like I'm unable to find some GIO cache. This, but then Hmm. And also couldn't find the binary. Well, we fixed that one. I don't think that is a problem. Right, let's see. I think that might be a red herring. Let's find out by just rebuilding it again. Right. If we're not gonna ship the parts script, I don't even need it in there, but we'll get rid of that after. Right, let's rebuild it. I will look at the chat. Don't worry. I'm just trying to like get this building. Oh, good. There's nothing to see in the chat. Oh, RJ, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I don't know what that means. um, so this should build because it built before. All I've changed is the launcher script, which I don't think is necessary. And I guess I was building this with an older version of Snapcraft, with an older core, older plugins, and so it was probably putting it in a different place. But I wonder if there's some compile option that's changed. That SP-config thing, I might have to go rummaging around and see where that is. In fact, I could probably do that here. What was it called? SP-config. Sources. CMake. There is no such file, but maybe it gets generated. Who knows? I think, I don't know, maybe they've removed the update checker code. Who knows? Right, right. Let's remove the snap open space folder so it's clean, and then we'll install again the newly built snap. Every so often I kind of think to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I building this piece of software on a Sunday afternoon? Run open spades. Bum. Can I open shared object? Why is it having failures being able to load SDL2? libSDL2 should be there as a stage package, or have I omitted to put it in as a stage package? Yes, it's entirely my fault. Right, okay, libSDL2. Is that what it's called? App search libSDL2 hyphen 2? 2 hyphen 2.0 hyphen 0. Yes. Let's build it again. This is not the most efficient way to do this. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, at some point, like, do we keep maintaining this thing? The problem is because I stopped caring about this for a while. And because I stopped caring, it fell behind. And so there's more of a delta of things to change. Normally, like if you're just iterating on it over time and doing a few changes every few months and the build works fine in between. But because I haven't touched this for years, a lot has changed in between. Oh man, is it building it all again from scratch? Yes, it is. Oh, crud. Oh well. That's frustrating. So, the thing I said I was going to do, well, while that's building, I said I would tell you about snap count. Is it here? Where is it? There it is. Oh, projects. Projects. This is a project, you know. Right. So, this is hilarious, right? If you look at the names of these files here, what these are is that number there before the architecture is the number of snaps there are published for that architecture in the Snap Store, in the public Snap Store, as best as I can tell. So, for example, if I do a word count on user share snap the names, is it names? No. Var, oh God, what's it called? Oh, well, I could just names. Hang on. Struggling with typoing here. Var cache snap. Right. So if I do word count minus L, var cache snapd names, right? I'm sat on an AMD 64 laptop, and that file is how many snaps there are for my architecture. Public snaps in the public snap store. There's more than one snap store. This is just like a rough number. 7396. So you'll notice on November the 27th, the number was 7392, and the number now is 7396, right? So what's the significance of all of these? Well, what I do to find out, because this is only telling me how many snaps there are for AMD 64, because that's the architecture of my laptop that I'm currently sat on. However, the builders, the Launchpad builders, sorry, my laptop's going slow now because it's building open spades. These Launchpad builders are available at different architectures. And so if you were to run this command, word count that file, on a machine that's of a different architecture, you get a different number. And so that's all I'm doing is I'm building a snap which runs in all of these builders in Launchpad and just looks at that file and says how many there are and sets the version of the package to that number. And so that's why snap count for S390X, the version number is 1157. That's not really a version number. It's just a way I'm making it easy to convey the number. Is 1159. So there are about 1,000 packages in the Snap Store for the S390 and about 1,200 for PowerPC. And there are 247 for RISC-V. So that tells you the disparity. There's 10% coverage for RISC-V compared to ARM HF. Now, ARM HF is Raspberry Pi, like ARM v7 kind of like era. And so a lot of people have moved on from ARM v7, ARM HF to ARM HF, which from ARM HF to ARM 64 is architecture name. And ARM 64 has 2,680. I mean, it's comparable because a lot of people build for that and that. Building for ARM HF means you could run it on like an old 32-bit Raspberry Pi 2 or something, or a Raspberry Pi 3 running 32-bit Raspbian or whatever. Whereas ARM 64 will run on a Pi 3 and above, Pi 4 and above, 3 and above, that has a 64-bit version of Raspbian. However, you'll notice RISC-V 247. I have to run a separate version of this to get the i386 number for technical, convoluted, boring reasons. Um, but these text files are the build log of each of the architectures when I did this a few days ago, 27th, right? And the reason why they're different size build logs is because I cat the contents of that file during the build. And so each of these files contains the build of this snap, which doesn't do much. And they contain the entire list of snaps for that particular architecture. And that's why the RISC-V one is smaller than all of the others, because the list of packages is smaller on RISC-V than it is on all the others. And that's why the AMD 64 one is the largest one, because the list of packages is larger. The reason why these are all 16K in size is because they don't actually contain anything. There's nothing inside them. Thanks, Till. So I actually created this like 2 years ago. I should run it like periodically, but I just forget. But I can show you the YAML. It's not amazingly special, but let's have a look. And I'll show you the log files as well, because that's quite amusing. So the snap is really very simple, right? So all this does is it just gets a word count of the snap list, and it runs on all these architectures. Now, it actually always fails to build on i386 because Launchpad is configured to no longer build i386 packages. That's fine. But it lists all the architectures. I could probably add a ARM 64 v3. Is that a separate architecture now? Maybe. But you can see all it does. It's like it says what are we running on and prints the CPU, and then it runs a quick benchmark to see how fast the builder is. All it does is count to 1 billion in Perl, just to see how fast it. It's not a benchmark. It's just a stupid thing that I do sometimes on computers. You should try it. It's good fun. This is a blog post that I wrote years ago about it. Oh, well, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Because I'm not very good at copying and pasting, is why. There we go. So yeah, basically copy and paste this command. It's completely innocuous. All it does is count from 1 to 1 billion, right? I'll show you what it does. Let's go into a terminal. Let's create a whole new terminal and just paste that in and press enter. And you'll get a response that says how fast your computer is. Now, it is not a benchmark at all. It's a thing that my mate Hugo came up with many years ago, and we called it Hugo's Random Benchmark. And he's in our local Linux user group. And so we would run this, and then we created a wiki page, which I think is long since died. It might be on archive, or I might even mention it in the blog. Oh yeah, look at that. So we had this wiki page on our Linux user group. It tickles me to see this page. Right, I'm gonna hide my camera because you want to see the columns on the right. Right, so there's a couple of joke entries in here, and I don't know when this was updated. This page, last edited 2011. So this was last edited in 2011. So that's nearly 15 years ago, right? So 15 years ago, we were editing this and just creating a table. And so I've got Zoo here, which was the host name of my desktop PC at the time, which had an i7 second gen i7 running at that speed, and it took 3.3 seconds to run. Yeah, counting 1 to 1 billion in Perl. It took 3 point whatever seconds. And so some years later, it's now down to 3.1 seconds on this laptop, which is from 2015. But as you can see, you go down the list and it gets longer and longer durations because the machines are getting slower and slower and more rubbish and more terrible as you go down the list. Hello, Cubicle Nate in the YouTube chat. Nice to see you. Yes, this is very silly. Um, but yeah, these are a bunch of friends of mine who are in my local Linux user group. Look, I had an Athlon at some point. This desktop, this AMD Athlon, and it took 24 seconds to count to a billion in Perl. It's mad. And then people start getting. I'm using Hello Week World on Twitch. I'm using Ubuntu on this machine. Um, and then it got really silly, and people started trying to find the slowest possible machine they could run it on. So this, look, there's the Asus Triple E PC, the little tiny little netbook computers. That took 24 seconds, and then it gets longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. Eventually, we get into the minutes to try and run like count to a billion in Perl. And right down the bottom, like this one, this was a Pentium 233 that I used to use as a firewall. 2.5 minutes. Good lord. And then right down the bottom, the slowest was an SGI Indie that took 7 minutes to count to a billion. This is so wild. Oh dear. We got says I want to switch on Linux, but I don't know what. It's hard to install. Yeah, just go and find one and try them all out. There's loads. There's loads of distros. There's Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Pop OS. Yeah, Arch is a thing. I generally don't point people at Arch as their first foray into Linux because it's a bit brutal. Um, and people have ported it to like other stuff like PHP and Ruby and all that kind of stuff. It's just very, very silly. But yeah, that's Hugo's random benchmark. You just paste that and it just tells you how fast your machine is. And like I can like run that on now. It's not a benchmark. It's not a benchmark. But it was just quite funny. Anyway, that's enough about that. Why did I tell you about that? Because my silly thing that counts the number of snaps that there are in the store does that for some reason. I can't remember why I put that in there, just to see how fast the machine was at the other end. That's all. And then we get the list of snaps. And if it doesn't exist, there's a weird race condition. If the list of snaps doesn't exist, that probably means snap hasn't been provisioned correctly on that machine. And so we just wait a bit and we wait until that file exists. And we actually restart Snapd in order to force it to exist. And we just go round and round until it does it. Then we set the version of the package to be the number of snaps on that architecture. And then we print out the list of snaps. So if I look at the log for AMD 64, there's lots and lots of like build stuff, like prep to build this snap, blah, 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 blah. And then somewhere down here is actually my thing running. And then somewhere down here it will say, um, right, there we go, LSCPU. What are we running on? It runs LSCPU. And so I can now see this is the build machine in Launchpad that this was running on. The architecture, yeah, what type of machine it was. And then somewhere down here, there it is. There's Hugo's random benchmark. 4 seconds to count to a billion. How very silly. And then we cat the list of all the snaps. And so these are all the snaps starting at line 1073. These are all the snaps that are published for the AMD 64 architecture. And there's a lot of them, like thousands. There's a lot. Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah, still going. And then right down the bottom, that's the end of it. ZZ bots is the very last snap in the list is ZZ bots. I've got one in here that starts with Z. What's it called? Uh, Zork is in there. Okay. Wow. Anyway, yeah, there you go. I thought I had one called ZZT. Interesting. Maybe I've unpublished it. Anyway, that's it. That's what that does. It just counts the number of snaps in the snap store. That's all its purpose is. And we got deviated by Till asking me a question about something. Now, somewhere there is a snap that's finished building or has not finished building. There it is. Right, let's try reinstall this again. Let's RMRF snap open spades, and then install open spades again. So what did we fix this time? Oh, we got rid of the launcher script, didn't we? And tried to launch the binary manually. I'm not convinced this is going to work. This is going to probably need more work. Right. Snap run open spades. Failed. Error loading shared library still. Why? SDL2 image. Okay, so I really should have added the others as well. Drat. So I am a silly rabbit, and I should probably add libstl2 image. And there's probably another one I need. What's it called? apt search libstl2 hyphen 2. Or is that all of them? Is it libstl2 net? That's the other one that I need. I need libstl2 net. I think that number, I don't think that's right, is it? Image. But there is one called image. libstl2 mixer. Let me just make this font smaller so I can. Image, mixer 2. I think we probably need all of them. Mixer, and I think there is one called image, isn't there? Boo, boo, boo. libstl2 image. Yes, there is. Down the bottom. Okay. Given that we are using image dev in the build and that works, I actually think we might not need net. But let's add it anyway. No, let's not. Let's just add image. No point adding unnecessary things to the package, I think. libstl2. Yeah, it's only dev and image that we're using. Okay. So let's build it again. It's a shame that it rebuilds the whole world when all I did was update. Like, I could understand rebuilding the whole world if I updated the build packages, but given that all I did was update the stage packages, which are things that just get inserted into the snap after the build finishes, I think it's a bit silly. So while that's building, somewhere we had our list of snaps, and I think we're good. None of these need updating, do they? That I'm gonna do today. No, that's all good. Good. What else is on my to-do list? Did I have anything? Where is it? I can close libation now that we've proven that works. It downloaded my book. Right, the build's working. Update libation. Oh, that's automation. Snap count. I've talked about that. There's more stuff down here. Oh man, so many things. Peak server, yeah, that one needs doing. Ubuntu social bots. Oh man, they need doing. Oh man. Oh, God, there's so many. So many things on my to-do list to do. Oh man. What did I just say? On that list that I saw. Oh, Ubuntu social bots. Yeah. Are they still running? Ubuntu.social slash ask Ubuntu. Is it just called ask Ubuntu? Is that bot still running? What's up? Hello, Shark Play One. This bot is still running. So I run this bot on Mastodon, and all it does is anytime someone posts a question on Ask Ubuntu, which is a Stack Exchange kind of site, why is it showing twice? Every time someone posts a question, it posts it on Mastodon. That's it. That's all it does. Like every day. So this account probably has Yeah, 700 posts. Wow, I would have thought it would be more than that. Oh, I wonder if it auto deletes after a couple of weeks or something. Yeah, probably does. Has 576 followers. Good lord. Crazy people. Um, yeah, and it just like if you scroll through the history, it is just literally um, you know, people posting questions on Ask Ubuntu, and all it does is just forward them to Mastodon to get attention. So people look at them and go, "Oh, I wonder what that is. I should answer that question." Don't get me distracted into answering those. Not doing it. But the bot that does this is a bit rubbish. I need a rewrite. And there's another one called Ubuntu Bugs. So there's Ask Ubuntu, and there's ubuntu.social slash Ubuntu Bugs hyphen bugs underscore bugs. Is it underscore bugs? I can't remember what it's called. It's not that. Or is it just bugs? It's Ubuntu Bugs. So this is fun. This, another bot. That's 900 posts. Exactly the same thing. It's a bot, but every time someone files a bug in Launchpad on Ubuntu, it gets forwarded here. So yeah, it is literally just echoing out every bug. And you can see like sequentially 2133447, 2133448. What's this one? 2133454. So it jumped from 448 to 454. It could be that in between that one and that one is a bunch of private bugs or security bugs that are hidden. Be interesting to go and open those. Like, open that one and then like add one to the number and see what you get. It might be interesting. Um, but yeah, that's all it does. And there's another one. What's the other one? Ubuntu News. That's it. Ubuntu News that publishes whenever the uh, mm, is it Ubuntu Weekly News? Maybe. Yes, it is. And this is another one. Now, all three of these do the same thing. Interesting. This one hasn't posted since the 4th of November. Why? I wonder. Yeah, because the website that it scrapes has gone down. That's why. Because they've taken down this website where they're published. That's why. So I definitely need to fix that one. So add that to my to-do list. Oops. Uh, I know where that runs. It runs about um, 6 feet above my head and about 6 feet behind me. There's a server in my loft. That's where that bot is running. I can probably show you actually. It's called Colossus. The name Colossus comes from my favourite film of all time, which I mention far too regularly and everyone has to watch. You must watch. Uh, this film is from the 1970s, 1970, before everyone in this channel, probably everyone watching right now, I imagine, before you were all born and before I was born as well. I was born in 72. So this film is about uh, handing over control of your state to an AI. So this is the big computer that they turn on. Like it's 1970, so yeah. Like this is Professor Forbin, and he creates this computer, and the computer says, "I want video surveillance of you, and I want to, know everything you're doing, and be able to see what you're up to." And it starts learning, and then it says, "There's another computer out there. I would like a connection to this other computer, and the other computer is run by uh, the Soviets at the time in 1970, the Soviet Union, and so it's about AI. So it's very it's it's quite an interesting film. I would strongly recommend everyone watches it. Anyway, Colossus is my bot. Have I got a directory called bots or something? Hang on. If I do cron tab minus L grep news. Okay, so that's where it is. It's there. Source OP Ubuntu Weekly News. And so yeah, there's a little Python script in here that looks at the RSS feed for that news website, which has now gone down, and picks out articles that haven't already been published. Once they've been published, it puts it into a SQLite database and then publishes on Mastodon. It's just basically an RSS to Fediverse bot. And I need to stop this because the site has gone down, or I'll fix it, but I'll do that another day. I'm not doing that right now. We were doing open spades. Let's try installing it and running it again. What has the man and woman in bed got to do with that? So, good question, RJ. Colossus is monitoring Professor Forbin because he has to keep Forbin alive because Forbin's the only one who understands how Colossus works. There's a book. You can find the book if you're not into films. You can read the book, but it spies on him. So it's got everything about AI that's going on right now. It's like control, spying, all that kind of stuff. It's quite interesting. Worth a watch if you can find a copy of it. There is one on YouTube. It's not a great copy, but yes, it is a reflection of modern times. Okay, we've moved on. It's no longer SDL. It's now lib opus. Why? How did this ever work in the past? I think it must have been that Snapcraft was. I think, yeah, that must be it. I think what Snapcraft was doing in the past for this was deriving from this what packages should be staged, and it was just staging them. So I think we need lib opus file. What's it called? It's libopus file. App search libopus file. Is it just called libopus file? 0. Like that. Right. Libjpeg. Surely that's in there. Well, there's no harm in doing this one by one. It's the slow way, but So now I've added that. Maybe it'll build this time. Esme says, no spoilers. Yeah. From a film that was made before all of us were born. Is there anyone in here who was born before 1970? I think unlikely. My brother was in 1969, but I was not. I was born in 72. Oh, this is frustrating. Repulling stage packages. Okay. It's not going to rebuild it again, is it? Building. Ugh. Come on. This is one of the unfortunate things about Snapcraft is it does do a lot of like, oh, somebody blinked. I should rebuild that. It's like, oh God. No, you don't. Any questions, anyone? Anyone want to ask me anything while we're waiting for this to build? How long have we been chatting? Have we been live? How long have we been live? Owncast will tell us, won't it? Has it been about an hour, 2 hours? What? About 2 hours. Brilliant. Okay. Peak viewer count 4. 99 minutes. Is it really? Right. How are you, Cubicle Nate, by the way? How are things going? Poor little CPU. Look at it. Yeah, that's too much. That's too fast. Let's make it slower so it's not eating my laptop alive, just showing the CPU. There we go. Update every 10 seconds. Yeah, they really ought to implement that not rebuild the whole world thing. It's I don't understand why. I get it if you change like build dependencies and stuff, but stage packages makes no sense. I mean, what there is a way around it is to put the stage packages in a separate part, and then when you change that part, I could do that. I could do that, but there's no point. Yeah, huh. I could actually do that. Cubicle saying, "Are you on one of your ThinkPads?" One of them, yes. This one, the classic T450. I bought this myself. Did I buy this on eBay or brand new? I think I bought this brand new in 2015. I might have to check my email where I bought it from. 2015. T450 receipt. Oh, order confirmed. Yeah, I bought it in 2016. I bought it from eBay. Lenovo ThinkPad T450 i7 5600U 3.2 gigahertz 16 gig of RAM 256 gig SSD. I think I've upgraded the SSD. Maybe. But yeah, I bought that from eBay. Oh, I bought that on my birthday in 2016. By the look of the receipt, yeah, I got it then. Um, hmm, yeah, I had to replace the screen at one point on it. I can't remember why it broke, but it broke. Um, I've had a horrible feeling I replaced the screen twice. Yeah, once in 2019 and again in 2020. I can see two receipts in my email. One from 2019 from laptop LCD screens, and another one in 2020, almost exactly a year later. And I'll tell you why. One of them, I think something very heavy landed on my laptop and broke the screen. And on another occasion, I was in a pub, and if I show you the lid of the laptop, it some of this might make sense. If I can lift this up and it not break. Right. So, do you see there where the ThinkPad logo is? Can you see the light is there, but there's no like it should be silver with like the lettering embossed in there. I was in a pub and I had my laptop on the table, and this was it really 2020? It must have been. No, it must have been. It can't have been. It must have been later than that. Anyway, I was sat in a pub, and I didn't realise there was a candle on the table in the pub, and I had the lid open. The candle was immediately below and the first I noticed was this kind of like weird, like blob smudge appear in the top right hand corner of my screen, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I went to touch the screen, and the screen was warm. I thought, "Well, that's weird." Folded the laptop down, and behind it was a candle, and just the heat from the candle was just slowly burning through the lid of the laptop. And yeah, the display was broken from that point onwards. I just had this smudge constantly there, but it melted the ThinkPad branding on the outside of the laptop. Oops. I only did that once. Never did it again. Right. It's finished building. Yash says from India. Where am I from? I'm in the UK. Looks like you've been doing this from the 90s. Yes, I've been doing this a long while. Yes. Uh, what on earth? Yes, this poor ThinkPad. It has been through the wars. It's got 4 batteries as well. I've got 4 different interchangeable batteries for it. That I think one of them's died. But it's got the old external battery and internal battery, so you can swap the batteries out. Like, I don't know if I can be able to show you this. You see this here is an external battery that you can like pull out, and down here somewhere down the bottom of the laptop is the internal battery. And so you, while it's on, you can pull the external battery off and hot swap it for another battery. Can't do that with your Apple Mac, can you? No, I cannot. Right. What library is going to fail this time? Right. Some other error I don't understand. File not found. Package info.json. Why? I think this is not being built correctly. Package info.json. That is a thing I remember seeing in the repo somewhere. Why is it looking for that? Fatal error. Failed to load the package information. Please make sure the required files. Okay. Okay. Is there a package object? I wonder if that actually gets built and we're throwing it away. Open space, current grep. Whoops. Yep, this is not the right way to find files. I know. It is not in the snap. Okay. So I wonder if there are any open issues for this and whether someone else has had this problem before, and then we get an answer. Esme says, are you still able to get batteries where you are? Yeah, but they're not first party. They're all external companies. LB0 on fire. Yes. Nate says, had to replace a few framework screens for rather odd reasons. Okay. Okay. It's not being interesting, interesting. It's not being copied, but it should be copied to there. Right. So what we could do, does it work if I run Snapcraft Prime, use LexD, debug, verbose. This should drop me into the container. If it doesn't, then I'm going to get really annoyed because Snapcraft used to do this and it doesn't do it anymore under certain circumstances. I have complained, but nobody seems to care about this particular bug. Yeah, so frustrating. What debug should do is it should leave me. Oh, did they change the name of it? Was it something like shell after or something? I think they might have. They added another command called shell after or something, where when it finished building, it would leave you inside the container that it was built in, so you could go and look for files, see where they are, and like yeah. What is it? Shell after? Yeah, Till says you use it a lot. You must get it to fail to get into debug. Right. Yes, Till, he says in, but that didn't used to be the case. You used to be able to go into the debug all the time. So yeah, it's shell after. My mistake. Right. So what we want to do is find where that package JSON is. Um. So parts open space. So somewhere in here there might be a, what was the file called? Package info.json. Package info.json. Grep, you fool. Right, there is one. Ah, it does get installed. Look at that. It is there. Huh? User share. User local share games. Wait a minute. Snap open space current. User local share games. Go away. Where is it? Nope. User local share games open space resources. Uh, Open space resources. It is there. It is there. But it's not finding it. Why is it not finding it? No. Where is it looking for it? It's looking in at file manager. Failed to load package information. It's corrupted or not installed properly. I think it is there. This is a path thing. You need an exit once. All right, yeah. I think. Do you remember the launcher that I had? I was copying a bunch of stuff in to the read write part. I was copying this lot in, but I think I only did that in order to get this file writable. How can I tell where it's looking for package.json? Oh, I am copying. I am still. Oh no, because we're not running this anymore. Um, how can I tell where it's looking for package.json? Like if I manually copied that into the writable area, would it find it? Dot local share. That's where I think, right. So if we look in my home directory, snap open spades, snap user data is current. Local. Hang on. Let's do this differently. Dot local share. Oops. Share. What? Oh, I did do share. Open spades. It was local share open spades. Resources. Aha. So I think if I just drop package.json in there, should we try that and see what happens? Just manually copy from snap open spades current user local share open spade. Oh my gosh, where was it? Where we found it a minute ago. Where was it? Can't remember. I'm sure I found it in the snap, didn't I? Oh, there we go. Current user local share Games, open spades. Okay. Share games, open spades, resources. What else is in there? Package info. I wonder if it needs all that other stuff as well. Well, let's just try package info. Package info and copy that into the home, the writable area. So maybe I do still need that script to do a bit of monkeying. So now if I do ls that, the package info is there. So now if we snap run open spades, will it find it? Haha. Right. So I might need to do this. I might need to copy some files into a writable area. A serious error caused OpenSpace to stop working. Failed to load main.as. Okay, that's fine. Scripts main.as. Where is scripts? Is that also in that resources folder? Is that what we're saying? I'm going to end up having to copy half the game into... No, I can't see where that scripts is. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Ep main.cs, wasn't it? What? Oh, oh. No? Hmm. Is it seriously not there? Share. Right, what's in there? Is it inside main.cs? Where's the container thing? Let's do find main.cs. Is it capitals or something? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Main. Oh, main.as. Oh, you Alan, you fool. There's a typo. There's a typo. It's okay. Oh, Jesus. I am really struggling. I think I'm going to have to take a break. Right. It is in there. Hmm. I don't like having to... Is there a load of other stuff in there? There is some stuff in there. I don't understand how it used to work. I was copying all of the resources folder into the writable area during runtime, not during build. But if we look in build, there should be a resources folder. And it has the package.json. It doesn't have the scripts folder. This is going to require more work, isn't it? I think what I'm going to need to do is re-implement something like this. Export app. I think I'm going to have to just do something simple that just copies the resources. Share games, open spades. Build. No. Install. User share games. User share. User local. Share games, open spades. resources. If we manually copy the scripts in there, let's see what that does. For lols, of course. The scripts are not in there, are they? Mind you, I can. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So resources scripts. So if we just do a cheeky copy of from the source repo scripts to yeah into snap open spades current where was it local blah 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 open spades resources. Okay. Balls. Closer. Closer. GFX fonts. So where's that? I mean, there should be an environment variable where I can tell open spades or a config option where I can tell open spades. I'm just trying to budget to just get it working initially. Right. Oh my god. My resources GFX into that same place that I just snap open spades current dot local share open spades resources. Font big.png. Square font big. Huh. Where does that come from then? Um, um, um. Is it in the build part? Where's the source code? Right. Find dot. Yep. What is it? Where does that come from? Um. Right. Let's do a search for anything that has square font big. File not found. A Ninja Clean. Right, here we go. I'm not the only one. Download pack. It's present. Doesn't do anything if the final product files is just missing. Ninja Clean its file. Let's help with this issue. Awesome. Here's the relevant part. This is the bit you need to fix. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to sit and monkey around with this, aren't I? Right. Okay. I see. I see. Well, here's a bug that's been open for years. Not just me that has this problem. Okay, so what needs to happen is what happens is when you run the build or what resources. Right. So I think this is a better way to fix it. Download pack. So there's a shell script. The proprietary part, yeah, contains sound files and probably a font file, I would imagine. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So this is a slightly bigger thing that needs fixing, but it looks like it's already scripted. And we can fix this. We can fix this, but just not today, because this is another one of those Alan needs to think really hard and not do this during a live stream problem. Right. Okay. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think we can fix this. Budget, says Esme. Yeah, all right. Shut up. Okay. Fix open space snap. So we need to understand the uh, download script used at build time. Is it build time? Is it used at build time? When does this get run? It must be at build time because it's in this resources directory and it's running CMake, and I suspect CMake is doing the resources. Um, what was it called? Download pack. Yeah, completed pack files. Yeah. Okay. The reason why there's some proprietary uh, stuff in here is because this is Open Space is a re-implementation of another game, and I guess there are some bits and pieces that are non-free that you have to bundle together. Yeah, they're non-GPL assets. There we go. If Open Space resources Unix depends, blah 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 blah. I need to understand this better, and it's not very. Yeah, and there you go. There's the main.as file that gets put. Yeah. Okay, this makes more sense now. Okay, this is doable. This is doable. Okay. Maybe I just need to figure out because I'm just doing CMake in the root. Maybe there's uh it's as simple as not using CMake anymore, but using Ninja because I noticed that someone else said they were using in that issue. I should make they're using Ninja Clean, Ninja bin space file not found. Maybe that's the next one. Aforementioned runtime error. Huh. What's the config for Ninja? Is it just. Have I even got it installed? No, I don't. Oh my god, this thing uses Nix as well. Good lord. Right, I think we've made some progress here. Yeah. Okay, so I need to make a note of this issue from the past. Uh, put that in my to-do list. I need to understand that. Put the files in the right places. I think this is doable. This is doable. Right. I think I'm done for the moment because I've had one coffee. Anything else anyone wants to ask before I shut this down? Because my brain hurts now. Um, I'm probably not going to stream much this week. It's going to be a bit difficult during this week because we've got some stuff going on at work, which means I'm going to be at work until late. Native dev / events. What have we got going on at work? It's easier for me to look at the public facing page to see what's going on. What have we got? Oh, we've got a hackathon on Wednesday. Yeah. So we've got a hackathon on Wednesday. Another thing on the 10th, the following Wednesday. Oh my gosh. And then we've got a party. A party in London. That's going to be fun. Yeah. Oh my life. You are kidding me. Okay. Um, yeah, you can't see what I can see. I let me just switch back and show you what I was looking at. I was looking at this. It's a public page. AI native dev. This is part of the thing I work on at home, and there's a few events going on in the coming weeks, and then uh, that one, the rap party, has a lot of people going to it. The others are like not as busy. I don't know how many people are going to these things, but nowhere near as many. But yeah, that one is going to be monster. But yeah, feel free to request a ticket to the London party at our office. Um, yeah, there's a whole bunch of communities getting together. There'll be loads of people there. Yeah, a laid back evening, great people, good drinks, and end of year energy. Yeah, uh, that'll be fun. Right, I think that's probably enough. Uh, I will call it a wrap. Now I've got more things on my to do list. I've got these things are done. I can knock these off. That's good. And I explained snap count. So yeah, that's a bit good. I've got some other little things to do. Oh, the stream deck I need to do. Yeah. So thanks for those who hang out and help me test Owncast, YouTube, and Twitch in parallel. I appreciate that. I hope everyone's having a super weekend. I might go and start cooking something because it's 3 o'clock. I'm starting to get hungry. Have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. Enjoy. And I'll see you maybe through the week. We shall see. Have fun. Bye bye.